5,355 pounds. I got one frosty boy of an Apex rear kitchen here at Haylett RV this chilly Michigan morning. Thankfully, it's slated to warm up later. It can happen sooner than later as far as I'm concerned. Not that you care. You're probably sitting at home where it's warm and none of that affects you. So if you'd like to see if we have one of these in stock and available, very simple. Give our team a call, or if you're not ready to do that, because I understand sometimes you need to do some looking and shopping and thinking and head scratching from home, click the link in the video description. It says check for price and availability. That will advise you if we have one in stock, how it is equipped, and what we are asking, because it could be a little different from this one. This has a couple different things that we've ordered onto it, non-standard items, so our picture tour on our website is also a good way to see exactly what we have in stock. Big pass-through storage on the front of all the Apexes here, and that you see that little light there. I took a knee so you could see that. That's a motion sensing light, so as soon as you open that baggage door, it's going to start casting light down into that compartment right where you need it. Now, the message of the day on an Apex is that they're fancy where they could be, but simple where they should be, and they are extremely well constructed. One of 3 brands that has had near sterling service records here at our facility. It's a bunch of little things. That's really, pardon me, the trickiest part of a Coachmen Apex here at Haylett's. I mean, we carry so many other lightweights. I mean, in this category, you'll have Rockwoods and Apexes and Cougars and Winnebagos and Jaycos and all kinds of different stuff here. But these guys have really punched through the mix very well. They bring a lot of floor plans to the table that you don't see offered in a lot of other places, and they do small, light trailers as good or better than anyone I've ever seen. Every single thing they build is available 6,000 pounds or less. So, I mean, very, very impressive weights. The intelligent design on this is great, too. Like the baggage doors, you can see how thick these are. I don't know how well that translates to video, but when you touch them in person, you can feel a good heft to them. It's a fully insulated baggage door, just like the whole sidewall, so you don't have a thermal hole in the wall that runs directly under your bed, because that's where that pass-through is. You can see the accent coloration from the nose to the sidewall there. You'll see that repeated on the back wall. It makes this thing look so like high contrast and modern. You know, it's not flat one color. It looks like it's moving fast when it's sitting still. And the graphics decal package on this is fantastic. Now, this is a standard Apex. Again, the one we have in stock might be a little different. There's also a Summit Edition, which adds a nose cap and some other glitz and glitter, primarily on the inside. So, again, if you're on our website, you're like, whoa, these photos don't look like that video. It's because the photos probably represent what we have on hand. Little things they do different, and you see this done also on the Freedom Express line of ultralights from Coachmen that we have here at Haylett RV. Tongue-mounted spare tire. Right up, now you can see my red battery box in that little double battery tray there, but the tongue-mounted spare tire helps with load equalization, and it keeps the rear bumper open for whatever. Even if it's nothing, it just keeps the rear bumper open. And I kind of like the tire down there, because it's going to be a little more protected from the sun and weather. Not completely, obviously, but better than if it was on the tail of the trailer exposed to all of the elements, because that's going to be a good way for that tire to be dry rotted. There's nothing like needing a spare tire and then pulling it down, finding out, oh, it's dry rotted. Lovely. Underbelly, enclosed, forced air heated, so you've got that little bit of extra protection there. All the windows are tinted, and that will give you enhanced privacy. It will keep the RV cooler in the summer. And speaking of summer, you also have I can't even talk. All of a sudden, my brain froze. I got brain freeze, and it's not from an icy. Sliding airflow windows, even on the slide sides. There we go. So you've got good cross-breeze ventilation in here. Outside utility shower next to your rear dump station right here. And I also like the fact that, again, brain just froze. Seal gripping, leak preventing slide walls. That's what I was going for. It is darn cold, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon me for sounding like more of a buffoon than normal. So the slide walls have a really rough cottage cheesy texture, and that's going to grab those slide seals so that the wiper seals actually do their job. Now, there's 3 marker lights at the top center of this trailer, and right below that's a black thing. That's backup camera prep. If you are interested, we can throw those on here at the dealership for you through our whole parts and service center at Haylett RV. But we found that we can do those for the same price as the factory does, so we don't like to, put them on for and charge people for them that don't care, don't want them. Check out the awning though. A couple things. I really want to spend some time talking about this awning. First of all, it's big. It covers both entry doors. Very nice on a rainy day. The awning is tilt adjustable, and it also has just an extremely awesome lighting package. They've got a really aggressively bright blue LED full-length awning light at the base of the awning, so you don't even need the awning open to use it. But they also have matching lights on the awning speakers, which I don't really see done elsewhere. And what it creates is a really aggressively bright exterior, especially when it's a little dark outside. Triple steps on both entry doors make for easy coming and going. You'll notice some TV hookups to the right of the wheel well right there. Good looking aluminum wheels, nobody ever gets upset about that. Now this is one of the things I really like that they did here on this rear kitchen. They gave it a good door side window. And you'll see it makes even more sense when you're sitting inside because of the seating arrangement of this. A lot of rear kitchens don't have good window arrangements. And something I always fail to talk about earlier, I keep telling myself, hey, you got to start talking about Asdel on these Coachmans sooner than later, and I always forget. Asdel substrate under the fiberglass skin on your sidewalls. What is Asdel? Why do you care? Asdel is not wood. It's a composite resin. It's basically made with melted pop bottles is the major component. So it's green in that respect, which is great because, I mean, you know, no environment, no camping. But it is lighter than wood. It's part of the weight savings on the Coachmen Apex. It's also just a hard moisture barrier. It just prevents water from getting into the walls. It's also a little bit of a noise dampener, and it does have a little bit of a superior insulative quality. So the 1.5-inch ultralight wall that we have here has the same R factors as a 2-inch like non-ultralight wall. It's kind of great that way. Let's peek inside and keep her on rolling. So I think one of the best facets of this 267 Apex here at Haylett RV is that it is fully accessible with that big deep dinette slide closed. Due to the fact that it has 2 entry doors, which is also another kind of interesting facet of this trailer. I'm using the word facet too much, aren't I? Another interesting aspect of this trailer is that there's really not a main entry door. In a lot of campers, you have like the door, and then you have the other door that's not really good for anything. But this one here, you can see it's like quick and easy access to like your control panel for your slide, your awning, and your lights and stuff. But I think once you're actually set up on site, you're going to probably float in and out of that back door more often than not. But it's also kind of cool because, like, if someone is inside enjoying the living room experience, another person can bop in and out and hit the kitchen. They can hit the bathroom without really ever disturbing the goings-ons of the trailer. So, kind of, I want to circle back to something. This is a deep slide. This is not a shallow baby slide like you find in a lot of rear kitchens. There's nothing wrong with those. It's just that this is bigger. It gives you a big sleeping area because this is like a, I don't know, like an 84-inch dinette. It folds down into something pretty darn big with full storage access. Now you can see you've got bench and doors, but Coachmen does this all over the place. We see this a lot in our Freedom Expresses. The back of the U-dinette also has nice little sliding panels, so you can get down in there and get to every inch of that bench storage without ever having to lift a cushion. And dang it if that ain't nice. And that's kind of one of those things where I said they're simple where they could be and fancy where they should be. That did not cost money. That did not cost a lot of money. It's a simple, easy thing. You have the exact same cabinet face paneling down there for those slider access panels, but they actually went the extra mile. That's really the apex difference here. Those slide side windows are painfully obvious once we get inside. They've gone with a very modern, light, dark, high contrast look and feel that makes the RV feel, and look, I mean, just very large. Now, whether it's that big tabletop we looked at, whether it's this extra little utility entertainment entry stand, whether it's your main kitchen or those sink covers, they're all called thermal foil. So it's not a T-molded particle board countertop. It's a sealed edged, like pressed membrane resin type countertop. I mean, if you look at one of the sink covers right here, you can see that nice cutaway. Now, I wanted to make sure I left that up out of the way so you could get I wouldn't forget to talk about this nice American stone cast sink. American's not just the brand name, it is American source. Coachmen's very good about that, actually. They're very good about American sourcing anything that they possibly can. The other thing is this sink is not a cheap plastic composite sink. This is a 500 500-degree rated stone cast sink. To give you an idea, water boils off and evaporates before that kind of temperatures. It's pretty heavy-duty stuff. You've got great overhead storage here because that L-shaped overhead cabinet does go all the way back to the rear wall, so they just didn't waste anything. The dual cross breeze windows here in the kitchen is sharp too, and especially when you start kind of adding in that third window right here near the kitchen from the slide to get great airflow. Now there's an appliance outlet here. There's additional appliance outlets up under those cabinets. Even below the refrigerator, you've got cabinet space. They just didn't waste anything, and a couple nice full extension plywood box drawers round out the kitchen area. Now, really, this could be a combination of anything. This could be extra little kitchen storage. It's a nice little entry area shoe garage, which is fantastic, so that you keep clutter, and you're not going to have things on the floor that are going to trip you up when you're carrying a pot full of hot water soup or something around the kitchen, which is nice. But you know, this is very classic camping, and that's really what Apex does very well. It's, this is such a cliched term, it's a modern classic. They take concepts that are like 10 years old and they apply them to new RVs, and it works so well. Now, these recliners right here, this is something that actually we put our heads together here on at Haylett RV and thought that would be sharp, because normally there would be a hide-a-bed trifold sleeper sofa here, standard. But we looked at this and said, you know, primarily this is a couples camper, and if you need to sleep guests, grandkids, whatever, there's like a near 7-foot dinette over here. That's a perfect sleeper. We don't need another sleeper. We need a spot for the couples to win. So we included this pair of lie-back, push-back recliners right here. And you got an individual, like his and hers sort of thing going on. And there's that door side window I was yammering about on the outside now again. And we got a little bit of a frosty situation going on here. Little Wendy's frosty action. But the idea is looking straight out under your awning so that you have viewing of your campsite, not the neighbors. Also, since that seating's directly across from the dinette seating, we got some sweet cross breeze airflow in here. Got those cross breeze windows. Alright, let's see here. TV, obviously, swings out aggressively to face your recliner seating. Like if I move over here where the recliners are at, you are at the perfect viewing angle, so you're not going to wreck your neck. DVD, Bluetooth player, that's like a dime a dozen. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about that. But that double jointed swing arm TV can also twist over to face the dinette. So it doesn't really matter where you're seating or if you're even just standing in the kitchen. There's no bad seat in the house. Now, the front door here, you've got this extra entry coat closet with extra little bonus storage above. And notice too, Coachmen's awesome about storage. They don't waste any storage space here. And all of the cabinetry in this is pocket screwed. So it's not stapled cabinetry, which means it's lumber core, because you can't run screws into particle board cabinetry. Another thing that's easy to miss is this, I'm going to call this the linen cabinet in this little corner here. They really, again, they didn't waste anything. They used every inch they could, but they made sure it was non-obstructive. And it's right next to the bathroom door over here. But this is one of the other things I like about this floor plan as compared to a lot of rear kitchens. It does make this slightly longer than a lot of rear kitchens, but it's not. I don't get like 1 foot itis, ladies and gentlemen. You know, don't let that wreck your head. So you've got an entry door right here that's always fully accessible when that slide's closed, because this is the second door that makes the magic happen. Directly next to your bathroom. So whether you're traveling, whether you're at your campsite, whether you just want guests to come in and out or grandkids without tracking dirt through the whole trailer, in and out on laminate flooring so they're not tracking across any carpet. Simple, quick, clean, and easy. And the bathroom is very accessible, both from here in the hallway as well as the bathroom with that dual entry door. Now we've got both a skylight and a power vent fan up here, because the one thing they don't sacrifice in these Apexes is function. This is pure function. Like I said, they're fancy where they could be, but not for the sake of just being fancy. If they could find something else that worked equally well, like this simple corner shower, which is more space efficient, they're going to stick with it. They're going to stick with that because it makes sense. There's no sense in reinventing that wheel. You also have a very private front bedroom up here with full overhead storage, not just a shelf. That's actually, I mean, just a really, let me take a knee here, a big overhead cabinet, as you can see there. Now, this is one of the things I enjoy about these, just the simple aesthetics. Again, fancy where they could be. They beveled their wardrobe hanging doors here a little bit. These mirrored his and hers closet doors right here. They're sort of focused inward a little bit. It draws your eyes into the center of the room and it helps reflect extra light from the windows in there. The bed does lift for storage. There are power outlets on both sides of the bed to take care of you. And this is the a little bit shorter Camp Queen, but if you notice, they purposely left extra room around here. So if you did choose aftermarket to swap up to a bigger queen, you're good. You can do that. But not everybody is super tall like me. Everyone's camping wants and needs are a little different. Little detail stuff like this too. Like if I forgot that my outside awning lights were on, this is a backlit switch, kind of like you're seeing up here, I'd be able to, at a glance, see if that's there. You know, this control panel next to the bedroom, it's very uncommon that control panels are near a bedroom unless you're in a fifth wheel. But that's actually a cool, I'm using that word facet again. Quit it. Quit it. A neat feature. There we go. Not a, I can't even, I quit. Anyway, this is neat. That's what I'm going to say. This is neat. Next to the bedroom. If you wake up at night and your awning's banging around, we can close our awning right from here. We can shut the light off. We don't even have to put on pants. Anytime we don't have to put on pants, that's a good time. So, on that note, give us a call, guys. We only do everything here at Haylett RV. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, everything in between. If you like what you hear out of Apex here, but you're not feeling this rear kitchen, or if you're looking for maybe a different rear kitchen arrangement, give us a call, because again, one thing we do a lot of is variety. And also remember, this furniture arrangement, this decor, some of the things on this RV may not be the one we have in stock. I always recommend you give us a call and review our website to see what we have in stock, how it's equipped, and what we're asking. And remember, we do not do hidden fees at Haylett RV. We don't engage in the practice of despicable hidden dealer fees. You're not going to get an extra $1,200 of surprise when you get here. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.